Hey shoppers, I'm here today to show you a new product I just got. So I've had the ECOVACS DEEBOT X1 Omni for about a year now. I've used it very heavily, and I just picked up the newest version, the T20 Omni floor-bot, and I thought we'd do an unboxing video, and then I would highlight some of the specific upgrades and features that this one has. I'm really excited to have both of these. This will allow me to have one upstairs and downstairs, but let's dig into this package, see what we got in the box, and I'll talk about some of the specifics that really have me excited about this new version. So one of the first things that's unique about this upgraded model is the use of hot water when it's mopping. So rather than having a cold water, that's spread around your floor to clean up things, this one actually heats up the water to do the mopping. And the other big benefit is that this one has mopping pads that you have to take on and off, so you have to think about it. You have to be prepared to mop. You have to pick up the vacuums, put on the mopping pads, and then send it out for a mopping job. This one actually has permanent mopping pads that raise up and lower based on if it's going over carpet or floor, so it can go out and sweep and then turn around and go around and mop. So they continually make these things smarter and more efficient so that they require less involvement from individuals and just more automation. This one also has increased suction power, 5,000 suction, versus this one has 6,000, and it also has a newer version of its mapping technology to make it even better. I mean, this one has been great. Gets around my house, knows where all the couches and tables and obstacles are. Does a really good job. This one's supposed to be even better. So some of the things that this one might get hung up on, like a random dog toy or something, that it catches, this one hopefully will, be able to do a better job at avoiding those. So initially in the box we have some padding, instructions, shows you where you can get the app, and then just a quick start guide. We'll keep digging in here. All right, so here is the actual vacuum. We'll get to it in just a second. And then we have some additional packaging. The main part here is the base station, which is the heaviest part. I'm going to go ahead and tip this on its side for a second to get it out. Big heavy item there. This is the main brain unit. This is what holds your water, holds the vacuum bags. This is what will put clean water in, suck the dirty water out, and also suck out the dirt to vacuum. When it vacuums, it'll pull all the dirt out. This is the home station, so you set this up in a corner of your room, plug it in, and this is where the vacuum unit will actually attach and charge. Let's take a look at the actual vacuum. Pads. This is what we use to scrub on the floor. Power cord with the base unit. That's handy. A little brush unit to kind of clean off the rollers in the different areas of the vacuum. We have some of the spinning brushes that help grab the dirt from your corners and edges. Instruction manual and a hair clipper and cleaner for the brush roller. And finally, there is the vacuum. So on top here, it does utilize a LiDAR sensor. This has a LiDAR sensor that spins around to help map out the room to give it a nice 360-degree picture of your house, the walls, and objects that it will interact with. It has, this is new of the old one. The old one had bristles and such that hair could get caught on. This one has a completely rubberized roller, so it should help avoid getting things tangled up in the actual bristles and whatnot. So I do like that. If we attach various components here, spin brushes are color coordinated, so red and green one side and the red on the other. Very cool. So have that on, and then the mop pads will just pop on as well. Those will pop up and down based on what it's going over, what kind of terrain it's got. So I'm going to set this up next to my X1, and we'll take a look at some of the performance and see how it actually docks and goes out to clean. So let's go. So here, set up sitting next to each other, the actual storage units look nearly identical. There's a few key differences here. Both of them have the vacuum storage area where you store your dust bin. So that appears to be the same on both. Underneath the hood, again, very similar. There's no instructions printed here like on the other one, the older one, but it does have your water, clean water, dirty water tanks. And it has a button here, and then obviously you can activate the vacuums here. I do like the white color on the new one, on the T20. It seems to blend a little bit nicer with the house and not stand out or stick out as much. So I think that was a nice design choice. The white and aluminum color is, very modern tech choice. And as far as the units, they seem similar, but again, a lot of the upgrades I talked about were the internals and some of the key features. So better mapping software. It has the automatic hot water system so that it'll mop, and the pads will go up and down so you don't have to constantly add and remove them. The pads here you can see are pressed in. I did figure out there's a popping motion that snaps them into place, so you can take them on and off. So they do come off, and then you just snap them down in place. So they'll come up and down when you're either mopping or vacuuming. Whereas on the old one, yes, they had the pads, but you can see here I had it in mopping mode. If I wanted to send out and vacuum, I have to actually remove the pads. They're not automatic. Here you can see on the older model too, this one has a combination of rubber and bristles. The bristles get stuff tangled up in them really easy. The new one is all rubber, so they're less likely to get stuff tangled up in your brush, which I really like. That is a pain. I've actually had to replace this brush a couple times, so that's a good enhancement. Other than that, they seem very similar, but I think the hot water is going to be a big addition. The stronger suction, I think, is a big deal too. The other one did a great job, but you can never have enough suction on a vacuum cleaner. So I'm about to send it out on the tomato job. Let's go out and start mapping out my house and start vacuuming, and we'll get an update on how it works.